they come out clean.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Episode 3 of Birds in the Buckets, man. Rashad, Milligan. I'm here with my co-host Malik Brown. Malik, how you been this week, man?
Man, we late night potting, bro.
Yeah, but we're recording this in real time. If you guys are watching this on Monday morning, we literally recording this after the Super Bowl because the way our schedules lined up, I had something to do during the day, and Malik was busy too. So we were just like, after the Super Bowl, let's get it done. Man, all right, so starting it off, because I was already going to forget this from episode 2. I didn't want to leave with this in episode 2 because I didn't want to begin the first 2 pods with grieving at the beginning, but we already forgot it, and we have another one. So first, we want to say rest in peace, Sekou Smith. We can get into that a little bit after this next one. But, minutes before we started recording this one, we found out about the passing of Pedro Gomez as well. So, just two upstanding journalists that, I know for me, Vaughn and Sekou, those were guys from afar that I met a couple times in passing in Atlanta and, asked them questions and kind of got to pick their brains a little bit. Both of those guys are pretty receptive and, and then after that first time I met them and asked for advice, they were always like, saying what's up to me and remembering who I was. And that was something big to me that a guy like from ESPN, like Vaughn, and a guy from, NBA TV and NBA.com, like Sekou on a national level, remembered my face when my first time meeting them was just kind of fanboying, so.
Right.
RP to both those guys. Pedro Gomez, never met him, but shoot, that's Pedro, you know what I'm saying? Like Sports Center right there.
For real, yeah.
Anytime you know, with baseball, you send it out to Pedro Gomez in somebody's dugout. So, that's a staple of, your everyday life, someone like that. So it's just crazy, man. These are all guys in their 40s. And I was telling, this is on some conspiracy stuff. I don't know if we want to bring that on the pod, but I just think there's more to this virus than what we know.
It's got to be. Got to be. I know I was just reading they were talking about a new strand coming out or something. I'm like, bro, what?
Yeah. And it's great. And it's crazy because I think we can tie that in. Like, I was saying, I didn't want to get too conspiracy theory here, but that ties in with the Hawks and, or Atlanta basketball at least because the All-Star game's coming to Atlanta and the guys are like, we don't think that's smart or safe.
Right.
And or safe. How do you feel about the All-Star game coming to Atlanta?
It sucks, honestly, for it to be in Atlanta during the pandemic. It's like, because I said this on my earlier podcast, I was like, like Atlanta is like the hot spot, but we're actually like the hot spot for the pandemic too. I mean, for the coronavirus. So it's like, bro, like we're not winning. And it's just like the fact that LeBron, Giannis, Kawhi, I mean, Darren Fox started it off, but just like you talking about 3 big dogs in the league are basically saying that this is not a good idea. So at this point, it's like, are you going to listen to these guys? Or are you just going to keep going along with it? Like, it don't even seem like, are they even going to play? Because we know they're going to get in, but are they going to play? Are you going to see them? So I don't think it's going to be like your regular All-Star game. It's going to be kind of whack.
I think they should, speaking of that, I think, obviously still select the teams just for the sake of the arguments and stuff like that. But, like you said, don't play the game. They had the Pro Bowl, right?
No, bro. They did like a Madden 21 game or something. Yeah, they had like four different people on each like AFC and NFC like playing each quarter, I think. Because I know I watched like maybe 10 minutes of it. I know Deshaun Watson was on the team. And it was Deshaun Watson on one team, and then I remember Jamal Adams on the other team, and then they had like Snoop Dogg and Marshawn Lynch on one of the other on each team. So it was kind of like it was. I ain't watch it. It wasn't interesting.
And then they had the verses too.
The verses. I didn't watch the verse. So was the verse like were they going off of music or what were they doing? Bro, what were they doing?
They were doing well, me personally, when I heard the idea, I was like, isn't that what sports is? Isn't sports a versus in itself? Like, versus works for music because,
Yeah.
typically you don't see people go head to head in music, like they would in
Right.
a sport, so it makes sense for music. For sports, literally the idea of sports is a versus. All of it is versus.
True. Yeah.
So I thought it was a dumb idea, but when I watched it, I was like, okay, they actually tried. They had
Yeah.
the guys like dress up and stuff. I watched Deshaun Watson versus Mike Vick, and at the beginning, Vick came in with some shades and stuff. He like, yeah, I got the AirPod in the shades. Been running the fashion game 20 years, counting. And one of the hosts was Deion Sanders, and Deion was gassing it up, telling he's like, "Oh, Deshaun, you gonna let him out dress you like that?" So Deshaun like, "Hold on, let me get my shade." So Deshaun went to get his shade, and it was just like it was the stuff like that was more entertaining than them being like, "All right, I'm coming out with this play. I'm gonna show you this highlight."
Right.
It's
Right.
like, it's all highlights we've seen a billion times before, and it's different than a hit song, And I don't know. Like I said, the idea of sports in itself is, yeah, man, yeah, okay. Well, this is live. Just to go off this thing, like, okay. So we were talking about that there's something different. There's something going on with this virus that we don't know. All the
Yeah. Right.
40s and 50-year-old guys, because I think Pedro was
Yeah.
in his 50s.
Hmm.
Sekou was 40, was like 48. This coach that I used to cover in Valley, he was 47, died suddenly, right? And this was a couple days after
Wow.
Sekou died. So the fact that Pedro Gomez, he was just tweeting today, Pedro died suddenly,
That's
unexpected,
crazy.
50 something. A week before, the coach that I knew in Valley died 47, unexpectedly. Jeremy told me a few coaches in Georgia have died around this age too. And then Dimitri, not to put his business out there, his father-in-law, 54 years old,
Yeah. Heard
and
about that.
strong,
Yeah.
died unexpectedly. So
So nobody. That's
there's something.
something's
There's
not
something.
something.
It's
Yeah. Something's not
Vaughn.
right.
Vaughn was what 42, something like that.
Yeah.
So there's something going on with this virus. And so I just want to advise people, going back to the All-Star game, what Kawhi and all them are saying, like Fox, he went on all the smoke. He went on all the smoke and was talking about how they can't
Yeah.
eat on a plane. They gotta wait 2-3 hours just to drink or eat something when because
That
they
sucks.
can't take their mask off when they're on a plane. So
Yeah.
it's like if they got to do all that just for regular season games, why would you do all that for something that's extra, literally just for the
Exactly.
enjoyment of
For
us?
one day. It's
Yeah,
only, and it's
exactly.
not a weekend. It's
Right,
literally
right.
one day,
Right.
one game.
No. And I don't care what attendance restrictions you said on it. Like what the thing I put on Armchair or whatever. Them folks, you give them a reason to party, people gonna party, especially now because
Exactly.
people have been bored in the crib so long. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
it's just Atlanta is one of those cities that is kind of mismanaged it, and that's not on Keisha Lance's bottoms. I think that's more on the state, more so than the city, because
Yeah.
it seemed like Keisha Lance, from the outside looking in, I'm in Mississippi, but it looked like
Yeah.
Keisha Lance bottoms was like strict on it from the jump and was like, stay inside.
Right.
While Kemp and the governors, people on the state level were like, we need money. So
Yeah.
I don't know. Let's get in on the political side of things that we are both not too well versed in. So let's get back to the Hawks.
Right. I know, right?
All right. So
Political.
the Hawks, man, who they had? They had the Mavericks. They lost that game, and that was a winnable game. But they also lost against the Lakers, which was another winnable game. I know going into it, Malik had them splitting 2-2. They went 1-3.
Real.
They went 1-3, man. So, Malik, what do you want to say about kind of your expectation going into the week and how it went?
Shoot, I really want to go back off of what we was talking about last week when you picked Kevin Herter out Deshaun and I picked Cam Reddish. and you was right, bro. You was right. Because Cam Reddish was hooping this week. He was really hooping this week. And I've seen a lot of people like giving him praise on social media. But I was like, bro, he's really been doing this since the season started. But the fact that injuries and stuff like that, I mean, it's getting looked at now. But yeah, Kevin was really good this week. Cam, not so good. I think he had maybe one 10-point game, like double digit game. I forgot what it may have been. It may have been Utah because they were down.
I
Trey.
want to say that didn't he play well that Raptors game? The Raptors win.
Raptors. Maybe he. I think it. I didn't.
Hold on,
I think I
let me
didn't see. I don't even.
I'll look it
Yeah,
up in the meantime. Keep going, keep going.
because I barely watched the Raptors game, so I really didn't know what was going on. But I know. I think he scored double digits in the Jazz game. I mean, honestly, he did good against the Lakers too. As far as defensively, offensively, I don't think he really gave them much. But as far as like containing LeBron, I think LeBron went like, ooh, I don't think he shot that well. I don't think LeBron shot that well. And like just looking at as far as eye test, he was doing a pretty good job with LeBron. So I mean, for now, you can't really expect anything much offensively from Cam, but you know he's gonna give you defense. So I guess you really can't complain. But Kevin's been doing it on both sides of the ball, so that's been pretty good.
Yeah. Cam had 10-5 against the Raptors. So like you said, that
Okay.
one 10 double digit game, it was probably that game. Tony Snell
Yeah.
is someone who I thought was like killing. He had 6 points last night.
True.
Last
Tony?
night, like watching that game, it looked like he at least scored 9 in the span of 5 minutes. Like he
Wait,
hit
Tony only
3
had
threes.
6?
He only had 6 points against the Raptors.
Bro, what game was I watching? He would hit like 3 or
Yeah, he
4.
hit threes. Yeah, he was hitting back to back. And then they gave the stat. They're like, dating back to the last game, Tony Snell has hit 6 of his last 6 threes.
Yeah.
So it's just, I don't know. That's a weird stat, but yeah. But Gallo is definitely a bucket that they missed, and he's does his thing. He does his thing. He does his job. 14 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists against Toronto. 23 points and 16 rebounds for Clint Capella. That
Crazy.
joker right there.
Crazy, bro. When was the
John
last
Collins,
time he had a single-digit rebound game? I can't remember.
I don't think it happened this year, or at least the regular season, at least.
Yeah.
Probably in the preseason. The preseason, he didn't play too well in the games
True.
he did play in. And then he sat out a couple other games. But Collins, like we were talking about, that sacrifice he has to take with, Capella putting up the numbers he has, 19 points, 7 rebounds, 4 assists. Collins, I'm sorry, man. You're not going to get into the All-Star game like that. The Hawks are 11 and 12. I thought the Hawks were.
They're 11 and 12. They're like 6.
Wow.
Are they? I think they're 6 in the Eastern Conference.
Yeah, they're still 6. I knew they were 6. That's why I thought they were at least above 500 because they entered the week above 500, like barely. But
now I want to talk to you about this. So I forgot what game it was. I think it was after the Mavericks game. I know a lot of people were talking about how LP was like, I guess he was talking down on Trey. Do you feel like he was talking down on him?
I haven't heard the actual press conference. I did see, where people were saying like Trey, where he kind of, well, the way I saw it, like with the words on Twitter and people reposting it and talking about it, it kind of sounded like he was saying, from what I read, this is not me watching the actual clip. That's you got to give those, so people know what it is, because anyone from the, we both interact with the Hawks, so it's a good possibility someone from the Hawks watches this.
Yeah, no, for real.
So to get a prerequisite, I haven't seen the video, but what I will say from what I've seen, it seemed like he was pretty much saying, he was kind of insinuating that Trey didn't do enough after being trapped to do something about it and be effective in other ways on the offensive end. And, I mean, I don't even have to give my response to that. I think my response to that is kind of common sense. It's like, well, Joker, you the head coach. Job plays to get them open then.
Do something, right?
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, but that goes back to Kevin Huerter. I really like Kevin Huerter's performance in that one because he was the only one on the team, and John Collins had a good game against Dallas too. But Kev was the only one to be like, okay, this is obviously what's going on with Trey. Someone else has got to move and cut.
Let me do something about it.
Exactly. Exactly. It was just weird. And excuse me. And it felt like the Hawks, they did more to whenever Toronto wanted to trap or double trade, they did more with it. I don't know if it was because they had kind of a Dave game plan, but I don't know. There was no adjustments in that Mavericks game. So
Yeah,
there's two sides to LP of like the people who love LP no matter what, and the people who, blame him for everything that goes wrong. And I think there can be a happy middle ground with these things.
that's I've been trying to find that for fans forever, bro. Like everything is not on the coach. Like it was that one time they played the Jazz and they were missing like a whole bunch of shots, and I was like, this is not coach.
And
This is not the coach's fault. Why everybody going for the coach?
And the Jazz were making 33s.
Yeah, exactly. And it's crazy. I'll talk about that game because I remember post game after they played Dallas, Trey was like, this was the first time he had ever seen a defense like this. And I was like, bro, like 2 weeks ago the Jazz were trapping you too, like, and you were struggling. I was like, but I feel like I think the difference between those two was that I think Dallas was picking up kind of earlier than Jazz were. But I was like, at the same time, they were still tracking you before you got through past half court. So I was like, you've seen this before, kind of.
And also, I kind of don't believe any former 5-star All-American that says like they never.
Right.
Like you've definitely seen a boxing one, some type of gimmick tactic to try to stop you.
Yeah.
In high school, bro. Like, but it's not on Trey. I don't put it on Trey. I put it on, I put that on LP, and that's with all due respect, because you gotta run some screens for him or something, and it's not even all about Trey, because Kev with his basketball IQ, that joker, it looked like he was kind of improvising the entire night. He was kind of like, okay,
it did.
Trey's gonna get the ball, so I'm gonna drive and try to make something happen. But it seemed like he was doing that every single play. So it's like at some point you have to draw plays for Kev to run,
Right.
All right, Trey's being trapped. Trey's away. We're playing 3-on-5. No, 3-on-4. 3-on-4. I had to do that math right. We're playing 3-on-4 right now. We're playing 3-on-4. What can we do with Kev? I don't know. I just feel like you have to think that's gonna be a possibility at some point.
Right. It seemed like they were just going through the same thing every time. Like nothing really changed the whole game.
Exactly. And when you have McMillan, another head coach on your bench, like someone on that staff has to have a plan for, when Trey's first 2 seasons are dropping 50 points and nutmegging people, like you have to think at some point you're gonna face some type of gimmick like this where people don't want him to drop 50. And Dallas, that's another thing about Dallas, man. We were talking about Luka ducking the smoke. Luka plays when the full arena isn't allowed in there, to boom and stuff, and they don't want Trey to outscore Luka because on paper, regardless of how the game was, people gonna say Trey had 50 and Luka had 30. Trey is better in the and Mark Cuban is a man of pride and ego, so he's like, we're not letting that happen. So that's definitely what happened in that game. But I just think as a coach, you have to and I think he knew that. Like, I don't know, because if I can see that as someone who doesn't know a tenth of basketball that Lloyd Pierce knows.
Right.
Okay? Like Lloyd Pierce knows basketball. So that's another thing. A lot of these people that's getting on LP, you don't know a tenth of a millimeter of the basketball this man knows. He dedicated his whole life to basketball, where player development as a player himself. Like that man knows the game like this, bro. So the thing is, though, like Grant says, and it goes back to a lot of Grant. I gotta probably stop reading Grant's text because
Grant.
Excuse me, it's gonna influence the way you watch the game.
Going to rant every game,
every game, every quarter, he drop a quarter rant. Like, I like it, but and you can't come. We gotta do the. I'm like, dang, man, I hear you, man.
Like, they're doing this, but you gotta run the play or something.
And I get it. I mean, we're up by 15, but we ain't running no screen. All ball screens. All a play. Draw the play. I'm so tired of these dudes, man. And yeah, we winning, but it's not even like that. And Clint is not a
Said we'd be up
generational big.
25 if he ran the play for Drake.
we be up 25 if this man called one play. I'm like, dog, shout out to Grant, man. Shout out to Grant. But
But
Grant,
it's
like,
funny that we talk about that because it reminds me of that video that dude had dropped early this week about how Hawks fans be.
oh yeah. Oh, that was great. That was great,
That was
man.
epic,
That was
bro.
great. And that was the first viral video, but that was definitely
For
that
real,
was
I've
definitely
never
good.
seen anybody do the Hawks like that. I was like, when I saw him, I was like, whoa, somebody actually doing how Hawks fans be like.
Oh, and I didn't know who he was because he had like thousands of followers. So I sent it to my boy, and my boy was like, he was on the rap game, and I was like, oh, I never got around to watching that. Yeah, I never got around to watching that. But that's how he got his 5,000 followers or following. He's like, boy went from the rap game to a TikTok star. And I was like, oh, okay, that makes sense. Yeah, so shout out to the rap game. Shout out Chance the Rapper.
For real.
T.I. and Cardi B, even though, like.
Dang, I didn't even know that.
Yeah. But that was a great skit. And Jeff Schultz reached out to him. So before Jeff Schultz puts out his story, just remember who brought it up first. It was the Birds.
Right. Right, please.
Please remember we were the first people to talk about it. But yeah, man, like, I don't know, man. That was just – that game was ugly. And THJ is on the tear. And, I don't want to go on the thing about the Mavs because the Mavs are starting to get it going. The Jazz are the best team in the league, and no one's talking about that. Everybody wants to talk about the Clippers, the Lakers, and the Nets.
The Lakers, yep. Mm-hmm.
But them jokers right there, that's the best team in the league, Utah. Because they did the exact same thing they did to the Hawks, to Charlotte, and LaMelo had 34.
Right.
So they're playing on another level right now. But anyways, back to the Hawks, man. Lloyd Pierce called the Toronto win the best win of the season. Do you agree with that?
Ooh, I saw that, and I tried to go back and try to think of another game that they played that was probably the best one that they had, but I don't know because like I said, I didn't watch the whole thing. I watched like first of the game, but I mean, I don't know. I feel like they may have had. I honestly like the Memphis win they had. Like, was the second game of the season. Just the fact that Memphis had been beating up on them like the past year or so, and just how they won, I was like, that was a pretty good win. And I think that game was just like, I don't think many of the best did much that game. It was more like the core five, like they really won that game for them that game. I can't really think the Nets win was when they beat the Nets, it was all right, but it really wasn't like it really wasn't a big win to me, honestly. Because the Nets were kind of still struggling.
Well, and especially the fact that they played them that week, And
exactly.
It was a close game at first. I think my most impressive, I'm going to say Chicago.
Yeah. That was a good game, too, yeah. That was the first game, right? First game of the season, wasn't it?
First game of the season.
Yeah.
Everybody was healthy except for Dunn and Okongwu.
Yep, everybody was – that was good. That was a good game.
Bogdanovich was –
Yeah.
Gallo. Trey had like 36 on 13 points.
Bro. Right, exactly. That was a good win. Yeah.
Yeah, that was the best the Hawks have played, and everybody was healthy. So, Dre Hunter. Speaking of injuries, Dre Hunter is getting surgery, out for at least another 2 weeks. How does this affect the Hawks in the playoff race?
Boy, what did they set a timetable? Is it a recover? Any like?
I think.
How long did they say?
I think they're waiting another 2 weeks to reevaluate him, but I think he has to get surgery, if I'm not mistaken.
Ooh,
Hold on, here we go.
I think
hold
does
on.
affect them.
Forward DeAndre Hunter, who has missed the last 4 games due to right knee discomfort caused by wear and tear, will undergo a lateral meniscus arthro. Oh, hold on now. Hold on, I'm a journalism major.
Arthroscopic.
Arthroscopic. The bridgement procedure on Monday at the Emory Orthopedics and Spine Center in Atlanta. The surgery will be performed by Dr. Kyle. Okay, the Hawks team orthopedist, because that's not orthopedist. That might be.
I saw that. I saw that when somebody screenshot that. I was like, what is that?
Yeah. That's not orthopedist. I don't think that's orthopedist. An update on Hunter's recovery plan will be provided approximately 2 weeks following the surgery. So they won't even have an update on when he'll come back until another 2 weeks.
Just like Bogey.
Yeah. Just like Bogey. So
it seemed like all the injuries that the Hawks have had, like there's no like direct timetable. Like it's just everything's in the air. It's like they hiding something from us or something.
It's like Chris Dunn too.
Yeah.
But
This is exactly like the Chris Dunn situation because everybody thought he was going to be back like now, and then and then something just came up out of nowhere. Like I was like, dang. But nah, as far as this, like it definitely affects them because I think I did like a little sneak peek of what they got for the rest of the season because I think the first half of the season schedule ends like at the beginning of March. And they got some pretty tough teams they gotta play. So this really affects them, especially if like everybody else doesn't step up, Cam. But other than that, like, I think it affects them.
I was on me. But yeah, man, when you look at this, you see the Knicks sitting there at 8. They just got D Rose. They just upgraded from DSJ, who didn't contribute anything for about 2 years. For D Rose, someone who's gonna contribute something. DSJ, his contributions to the Knicks was getting that shout out on a lot and having J. Cole pass him the ball in the dunk. That was his contributions to the Knicks, bro. And it's not that he's not a talented – he's still a talented player. The Knicks he is. They just want the team for him. So, you got the Knicks on your heels right now. They're going to get better with D-Rose. Pistons down here, sheesh.
You still got the Heat down there too.
Yeah, the Heat are down here in Toronto too. But Toronto's starting to win a little bit.
Yeah.
Toronto's – because they were down here just like last
week.
They
were at the bottom, yeah.
But look how close everybody is. 15. And the Hawks have 12
the crazy
losses.
Thing. Everybody's close. Yeah, I'm saying it could be what 14 or I mean, they could be like 12 at the end of the week.
Yeah,
just like that.
Yeah. So these DeAndre games and Bogey games. Yeah, but it's funny because at the beginning of the season, in the off season, it was like, where's Kevin Huerter gonna play? Like, there's not enough minutes for everybody. And now it's like, we need people healthy. So it's just crazy because like people really thought like the Hawks were like out of luck with too many good players.
Yeah. But now they need them. They need everybody.
Now they need more. Now they need more good players. It's just ironic how that happened. Like some people are like, they signed too much. The young guys won't be able to develop. Man.
That's what I'm still waiting to see how Lloyd Pierce is gonna do the whole like when everybody's like legit healthy, no minute restrictions, no nothing. Like somebody's gonna have to fall out, bro. I don't know who it's gonna be.
I don't know if we're ever gonna see that. I don't know if we're gonna get to that point.
That's what it looks like.
I mean, because like you said, we're already in the middle of February. Playoffs start in a month?
Yeah, right. Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm looking at this team, too. These jokers can play. These jokers got a squad.
Yep.
And LaMelo's starting to find this.
Yeah. Exactly.
LaMelo had 19 today. LaMelo had 19 today, and he's starting. And, Monk had a good game randomly last week, and Graham gets it going. So you talking about Graham, Bridges. Like, they have a nice little squad over there in Charlotte.
That is crazy.
Philly will always be Philly.
Pacers, Celtics. Yeah, Philly.
Bucks always gonna be the Bucks.
Nets,
Pacers.
Celtics.
Pacers don't get enough credit for being here all the time.
They are always like the fifth seed every season, and nobody says anything about them.
They are the Vucevic's of NBA of the Eastern Conference teams.
They are literally the fifth seed like every season, and nobody says anything about them, bro. Because
Oladipo out for a season, goes out on the stretcher.
Exactly.
Still the fifth seed.
And they still hold.
So shout out to Sabonis and Miles Turner, man. Those are two
For real.
constants over there. Miles Turner
Brogdon.
Has probably become
Nobody
underrated.
talks about Brogdon. Yeah,
Oh
true.
yeah. Brogdon's a hooper. That's
Yeah.
an Atlanta boy, man. Shout out to Atlanta, man.
Yep. They got both of the Holiday brothers over there.
Yeah, both the Holiday brothers.
They got McDermott.
What's going on with
still.
Milwaukee? Milwaukee should be like, they're built for, you know what I'm saying? They're built. They're
Milwaukee
supposed to be
just
better
lost,
than last
I think.
year. Yeah.
Who did they lose to?
They're on a 4-game winning streak right now.
Oh shoot. Okay. No, I'm tripping. I'm thinking about I'm maybe thinking about the Clippers, I think. But yeah, I don't wait, what's their record? They're
15-8.
15-8.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean that's not bad, but it's just like the Bucks were like what, on pace for 72-10 last year, you know. So
yeah, they usually lose their 8th game like what, and during like the 70th game or something like that, like late in the season.
You know how Bud does.
Right.
Yo, they showed what team was that? Utah. They showed Utah, and then they showed them with the 2014 Hawks, because you know them jokers make threes all the time and stuff like that.
Shoot.
And then like a lot of the comments were like, oh, so they're gonna lose in the first round to LeBron. I was like, you guys watch that team? Like, they didn't lose in the first round, but you know, people just run with anything.
Yeah, it's the narrative, bro.
Well, I mean, especially if the Hawks lost every year surrounding those in the first round, that didn't help their case for when they actually went past the second round.
Bro, do you remember, me and my friends still talk about this, you remember, so of course the Hawks got swept when they went to the conference finals, and then that next year they played them in the second round, and you remember when Jeff T hit that shot, and bro was like,
I think about that all the time, man. Man, Jesus. Not this year. Bro, when he came back last year, I was like, bro, Teague is back, man. Hawks got to steal. I'm like, Teague, why you ain't tell us you won't get no more, bro? Man,
and I swear, I think I see
bro.
some people in like on Celtic Twitter, like they're like, we don't want him anymore. Yeah, I guess he's not doing nothing there either.
Well, you know, he created a fan created a burner account. And
then,
and then they was like, he a good player, bro. And they're like, bro, ain't nobody defending Jeff Teague in 2021. He was like, bro, chill, bro. I'm just a basketball fan. He gonna prove the haters wrong. And then like when they're like, are you Jeff Teague? And then he posted the video of my name Jeff. And then like people thought he was really Jeff Teague. And then he was like, bro, I'm not Jeff Teague. This is literally a meme account. I just did a long-winded way of making my name is Jeff
crazy.
Joke. Yeah, so that's what's going on. Speaking of Boston, they've lost 10 games. They're 12-10. I hear all this talk about Jaylen Brown and Tatum and Kemba Walker.
Tatum missed like what, 2 weeks? I think Tatum missed like 2 weeks.
Oh, okay. I didn't.
He had COVID. Yeah, he had COVID.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he missed like 2 weeks. So that's probably where most of the bulk of it. Because I mean, it's not really surprising, but I think one game they lost to the Knicks. That's when everybody was like, still suspect on the Knicks. But the Knicks the Knicks are pretty solid. Yeah, they're like one of the best defensive teams in the league, I think.
Well, I don't know about their defense and being one of the best in the league, but I know, you know, obviously quickly, like everybody's talking with that floater, get 18 points a game.
Yeah, we talked about that last week. Yeah, right.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, we talked about that last week. And Austin Rivers doing his thing every now and then, like randomly at random times. And RJ Barrett turned out to be a pretty decent pro. Yeah. And, you know, obviously Mitchell Robinson in the front court. And who are some of their other guys they have in the front court? I can't think of them.
They got Taj Gibson, too.
Oh, yeah, Old Faithful.
Watch the game.
Old Faithful.
Oh, yeah, they got Obi.
Randall, I'm tripping.
Randall. I'm tripping, bro.
Yeah,
forget about Randall.
An all-star, man. Yeah, you voted him as all-star last week.
Right.
Yeah, so going back on that, Andre Drummond can't be an all-star.
Dang, bro.
Yeah, he can't be an all-star.
Wow.
I heard he had like a bad field goal percentage, and they're like, Drummond got a 20% field goal percentage on layups.
Bro.
It's just something like that about Drummond. Because Drummond don't be taking all
I I thought it would have been bad because I think he like to shoot threes. I think he's trying to shoot threes now, or
he's
something like
shooting.
that,
So that's why.
or shoot jump shots. Or now I
Yeah,
thought that's probably why his field
he does take a couple more jumpers. Yeah.
Yeah.
Alfred Payton had 22 points, 7 rebounds, and 4 assists against.
Wow, bro.
That's crazy. And the
Alfred Payton he still gets triple doubles like every once in a while.
Yeah. Payton, you know, like I said, RJ is steady, just a steady pro. Quickly had 12 points in 13 minutes. Why don't he play these boys more? If Austin
that's why I'm confused. Because I don't understand where Derrick Rose is gonna come in this because they got like 4-point guards, bro. They got Alfred, they got Quickly, they got Austin Rivers, and now they got Derrick Rose. Like, you got 4-point guards.
Well, you know, Tibbs is gonna start Rose. That's a given.
Yeah. Oh, so shoot. You think so?
For sure.
He might. He probably is.
Payton
he probably
going to
is.
the bench. So that's
right.
That's D Rose, Barrett.
You're right.
Randall, Bullock, and Mitchell Robinson coming off the bench. Alfred Payton, Emmanuel Quickly, and Austin Rivers.
Wow, bro.
But that's the thing about Tibbs. Like, they make jokes about Tibbs running his starters in the ground, but literally,
like 40 minutes a game.
when Austin Rivers scores 13 points in 13 minutes, and Emmanuel Quickly scores 12 points in 13 minutes, why aren't you playing those guys more?
I'm saying, yeah.
There's no reason for Randall to be playing 39 minutes a night. You know, you got bad knees.
Keep him on the floor, bro. Yeah, he keep him on the floor.
Yeah, man, it's crazy, but yeah, that's what's going on. Oh, they just beat the Heat today. Let me see what they had. Randall, 38 minutes. 26
yeah. Oh no, the Heat beat them.
Rebounds. Oh, okay, yeah, he beat them by 13. Quickly 7. Oh, okay, Quickly got a couple minutes. So did Rivers. They didn't do nothing. So okay. Maybe Tibbs might know what he's talking about.
You know what he's talking about.
But look, this is exactly why Payton going to the bench. 31 minutes, 7 points, 5 assists. No
7.
sir.
Wow.
To the bench.
See, bro, he inconsistent.
Yeah.
I don't even think he break his shoe.
RJ Barrett had 3 points today.
Wow. How many people? You played what?
19 minutes.
19 minutes. Yeah, he probably had. Yeah, he had that bad game.
Yeah.
He had a bad game. Because I got him on my fantasy team. He didn't do nothing.
Yeah.
He didn't do a thing.
But yeah, man, the Knicks, like we said, so it's like the Knicks. I'll look at these teams as like the teams who didn't make it last year, who are like, watch out for them. The Hornets, the Knicks, and Cleveland. I'm now looking at the Bulls right now, and salute to Levine, but I just can't take them seriously until they make me take them seriously. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
I just can't take y'all seriously until y'all force me to take y'all seriously.
After they got Patrick Williams, I didn't understand that pick, honestly.
Especially with what's his name? McLaurin, not McLaurin. Marketing.
Yeah,
Lord have mercy, marketing.
Lord,
you know, the girl on Georgia State volleyball team was friends with him.
For real?
Yeah, it had she had a vlog on YouTube. I had no idea she had a YouTube channel, all this stuff. And she had a vlog. She was like, yeah, you know, Lori's in town, so he sent me tickets, so we're going to walk to the game. And I was like, you know, Lori Marketing? Like, that would have been a great story, like, when I was in school. But
for real, no, you should have did that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, you friends with Lori Marketing? That's a great story. But, yeah, man. And Wendell Carter. You know, with those two top 10 picks, both playing the same position already, to bring a third guy.
He got Denzel Valentine, too.
Well, Valentine, sorry.
Denzel, that's what it looked like.
He's sorry, bro. And I wanted the Hawks to pick him over Torian Prince, but Valentine had 20. Hey, look. Hey, sometimes you got to look up the actual stats. He had 20.
And he started 2, didn't
he? Yeah, he had 20. He had 24 and 3. Levine had 40 darn near. This was the game where dude ripped the dude for having the Michael Jordan jersey.
Oh, bro, I didn't even look at that video. I know I saw the video floating around on Twitter though.
Yeah, he was roasting them. He was roasting them. Oh no. Okay, so these COVID
they play
back-to-backs throw me off. Yeah,
they played back.
That game was Friday, the Michael Jordan game, and then this game.
And then they came back and beat them. Oh, okay. Who they play? They play the Wizards tomorrow. Ooh.
Yeah, Vooch had like 40 in this one, I believe.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
Yeah, he had 43 and 19.
43 and 19, bro. Nobody talks about Vooch. Nobody, bro.
Right, and but that's
Nobody.
another team. You got to look at Orlando.
It's crazy.
So
Yeah,
these are
you
the things.
Orlando too. Yeah.
So we know this is a Hawks podcast, but we have to look. If you want to look at the chances of them making the playoffs, you have to look at these other teams and what they're doing.
The other teams.
And the Magic are down there at the bottom, right now, but it's just 3 games. This is literally a 3-game difference.
Literally, bro. All this could change after next week. Who the Hawks got this week? Look at the Hawks schedule.
We have not we.
Mavs again.
What he said? No, we. No, the we, because we were talking about like the city and this is a Hawks podcast, so I'm thinking like we as the Hawks podcast. Not like I apologize, Terry, but look, hey, this is the only national TV game they got, man, which we talked about last time for Wednesday. So you got to make it count.
Mavs,
the Spurs. And the Pacers to close it.
Pacers. Oh, that's tough. They could honestly lose all 3 of those.
Yeah, but
would not be surprised.
It's just funny how last week we were like, they could split 2.
Right, yeah.
And now we like, yeah, they're gonna lose all 3 and watch them win all 3.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I see them winning that Mavs game because the fact that they played so poorly and only lost by 6. Yeah. They played a really bad game, and they only lost by 6.
It's crazy. Like, they came back with like 3 minutes left, right? They were down by like 10.
Yeah.
They got like 2 layups.
And then it got to like 3. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then just some late game kind of slip-ups. They lost the game. But I definitely see them winning that game. The Spurs game, I don't know how good the Spurs are this year. So let me see how good the Spurs are, first of all.
Probably middle of the pack.
They just beat the Rockets. They are 13-10. So pretty good. DeRozan had 30. So DeRozan is not washed yet. Derek White. Let me see. Is Aldridge hurt? Aldridge must be hurt. Vassell, that's another Georgia boy. 9 points in 15 minutes. Pretty good minutes right there. Derek White, the clone. 14 points.
Going back to that though, going back to the Spurs, you remember that game they played? Like, I think that game that they beat this when they went to San Antonio and beat the Spurs, I feel like that was the best win of last season.
Oh yeah, for sure. That was the best win of the season. Because they hadn't won in San Antonio for like since '97 or something like that. Yeah,
right, exactly.
And the fact that they did it with Kevin Huerter,
right.
And Kev hit those big shots because he hit that shot in San Antonio and he hit the shot in Portland to put it in overtime, even though they lost. And that was something I asked him. I was like, why you guys always lose in overtime? He's like, I wish I could answer that.
For every time the Hawks go into overtime, now I'm like, yeah, bro, it's probably over.
And it's crazy because a lot of people will be like, they ran out of gas. And I'm like, the other team is in overtime? Like, it's not like
right, exactly. Yeah, it's the same thing. Yeah.
Same thing, man. So they have to learn how to pull out those games if they want to be a successful team in the playoffs and to make the playoffs, So that's a whole nother thing. Jacob.
I still don't know how to pronounce his last name.
Yeah, I know how to pronounce it, like when I hear it, and then I'll forget after not seeing it a while. But 11 rebounds for him. He's a pretty decent big. He's kind of like Aaron Baines Jr. for them.
Sure, he got traded with the in the Kawhi DeMar trade, didn't he?
I believe
because he was on the he was on the Raptors. Yeah, he was on the Raptors, and they traded him. Yeah, I remember that.
Yep, he was on the Raptors. Yeah. So yeah, those are the Spurs. Spurs is still a pretty decent team. So is that at the Spurs? Oh, hold on, I'm on the Spurs schedule. Let me go to the Hawks.
Is it?
Okay, so the Hawks. No, it's in Atlanta. And that was another one of those memorable moments where Trey didn't get a call, and he came back against Aldridge and crossed him up.
Oh yeah.
Oh. Yeah. That was probably my most memorable play of the season. You think about the crossover on Iguodala is up there because he had 50 that game.
Bro, had him stumbling.
But yeah. Had him on skates. Had him looking real bad. Had people thinking like, Should the Heat have given him all that
Right.
money?
Is Iggy watch?
The YouTube videos. Andre Iguodala. What happened to Andre Iguodala? But yeah, man. I'll say the Aldridge cross because it was a play before that a lot of people that don't watch the Hawks or don't know the context that made Trey mad. Like Trey didn't get a call or something like that, so he came back and did that literally just off of
did the whole thing. Yeah,
frustration. But yeah, man, that's gonna be in Atlanta, so I think the Hawks actually have a chance of winning that just because it's in Atlanta.
They can win that.
Pacers game, that's a loss.
That's gonna be a loss. Yeah,
they're due for a loss. I can't have them.
Boy,
it's just not. So if they prove me wrong, y'all prove me wrong. But look,
the
Jazz beat them jokers too. Jazz beat them jokers too.
Dang,
they on another level.
The Jazz are what? They're 19-5.
19-5, yeah.
Wow.
But look, they have an 8-man rotation. I don't think many teams in the league can face. I didn't think about this until the other day. They have Conley, Mitchell, Bogdanovich, Derek Favors, and then Rudy Gobert. Coming off the bench, they have Clarkson, Ingles, and who's the 8th guy?
Shoot, no, I think they're starting Royce. Are they starting Royce?
And Royce
They're
O'Neal.
Royce. Derek coming off the bench, I think. It might be,
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. But that's their 8-man rotation.
Yeah, true.
All 8 of them jokers can go.
They can shoot. Yeah, they can shoot.
Can't nobody else really – not too many teams can match up with that 8-man rotation. But, yeah, Utah, they're beating everybody, man. Oh, they lost to the Pelicans. Pacers by 1 point.
Wow.
And then they lost to the Bucks by 20.
Then they lost to the Bucks. Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I still got them beating the Hawks.
They're gonna beat the Hawks. I think that's one team. I don't know. That's kind of up and down when I'm thinking like how they used to play them. Because I remember they did beat them one time last year, I think. And then I think it was kind of back and forth. But I remember one game last year they played them. Then they go like over. I think one of them games went into overtime. They played them, and Trey had maybe like 40,
Trey had a 40 game, yeah. And Trey did the nutmeg pass.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
I feel like they always kind of at least compete in Indiana, and it's a close game. And then in Atlanta, Indiana always wins a game that they aren't supposed to win.
Right. Mm-hmm.
That's how it always feels like to me. So, yeah, I have the Pacers winning. I have them going 2-1 this week.
So 2-1 this week.
I got them beating the Mavs. I got them beating San Antonio, and I got them losing to the Pacers.
Yep. I got that 2-1. We gonna see. We gonna see.
We shall see. We shall see. But I think that's gonna do it this week for Birds and Birds in the Buckets. Man,
you forgot the name.
Yeah. I forgot the name. I was about to say something else, but Birds and Buckets. It was a couple of thumbs down on our All-Star thing. So instead of giving thumbs down, I'd rather you just let us know. Because it's like only one All-Star. Like I get it. Like because you're like, have you watched Clint Capella play? Like, did you listen to the episode of why? Clint Capella?
Exactly.
But I don't know. Let's see. Hold on. Let me see some. Okay, let me go back to standings first of all. Okay. All right. So, Joel Embiid, Giannis.
Mm-hmm.
All 3 of them making it?
Okay.
Oh, wait. My bad. I'm not sharing the screen. My bad. I thought I was sharing the screen. Hold on. Let me share the screen. Okay, here we go. Embiid, Giannis, all 3 of them making it?
Yeah, for sure.
Then the Celtics, Brown, Tatum's not making it.
You don't think so? He might not. You're right.
Well, you said Tatum was out with COVID.
Tatum was out. Yeah, he was out 2 weeks. Yeah, so he might not. Yeah, he's probably not gonna make it. Yeah.
Pacers,
so Brown, Sabonis. Yeah.
That's what. So you have already 5 teams. So 5 players.
5
plus
teams.
2 more with Brooklyn. So that's 7 players of 12. That just kind of tells you everything right there.
Yeah,
7 players of 12.
It's gonna be tough.
Trey's getting in.
You got
we're
Trey.
we're banking on it. That's 8. Okay, does someone from Charlotte make it? Nope.
Nah.
Knicks?
Knicks.
Nope.
Randall.
You sold on it. Hey, all right, Randall.
You,
Okay,
bro, look.
we put it in
We
Randall.
gotta get Randall in there, bro. We gotta get
Hey,
Randall in there,
no,
bro.
that man Malik said, maybe Randall. Knowing dang well the whole time he was gonna say Randall. I said, oh no, how about we put Randall in there? Maybe Randall should go in. Maybe Randall should get a look. No, dang well you was gonna say Randall. Okay, all right. So look, if Trey is 8 and Randall is 9, you got 3 spots left. Bill is getting in because he got the top fan vote.
We're gonna get in. There you gotta get Bam in.
All right. So hold on. Wait. Bill is 9. So
Bill is
you got 3
9.
spots. So you're saying Bam?
Bam is 10.
Bam.
Are you gonna get somebody in front of the Raptors? Nah, I don't think so.
I'm going Vooch.
Vooch. Oh yeah, I forgot about Vooch. Ooh, you going Vooch over? Oh yeah, you might. Yeah, now that makes sense.
But if you say
that makes sense.
You got to give the last spot to Sexton.
True.
Well, Levine
Sexton
and then
over
the
Drummond.
Raptors. Levine's yeah. I'm going young bull over Drummond. Hold on,
I don't think anybody gets in from the Raptors.
That's what someone was telling me, and it didn't sound right on the surface, but after looking at the records, what was I about to say? After looking at their record, it was kind of like, okay, 18 points, 2 assists. How many rebounds is he averaging?
How many boards he got?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying
I think isn't he leading the league in rebounds?
I think so.
Because I think Capella's second.
Yeah, Capella's second. He's averaging 18 and 14. 18 and 14.
Yeah. I think you got to play him in before Sexton, bro.
Sexton's averaging like 24.
24.
Oh, Capella's leads the league. I'm glad you brought that up.
So for real now?
Yeah. Capella might have to get in.
Oh dang, he's leading. Yeah. Oh wow. Wait, how many points is Capella averaging though? It's not 18, is it? It's like what, maybe 14?
Hey, but look, shout out to Ayton, man. Ayton in the top 5. Sabonis in the top 5.
Oh, shoot. Sabonis.
Hold on.
Wow.
13. He's averaging 14.
Capella averaging
14 points and 15 rebounds.
Oh,
I'm going Drummond over that.
Yeah, Drummond, because I mean, would you even consider because Capella's like.
Oh, but look at this. But look at this though. Blocks. Miles Turner leads the lead in blocks. Second is Gobert. Third is Capella.
And then it's Capella.
Capella's top 3 in the league in rebounds and blocks. But you can't give the Hawks 2 players. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, you can't. And I feel like, I don't know, I feel like Drummond is like, would you say he's the second option on the Cavs? Capella's like what? Is Capella even an option on the Hawks?
Yeah.
Like,
he just gets his points when he gets them.
Yeah, he just there, yeah.
Unless he does pick and roll with Trey, then he gets the oop.
Right.
Dang. Trey's not in top 5 in scoring anymore.
You got to be, what, 6?
Trey's 11th.
Dang.
Yeah.
What happened?
Levine is ahead of him. Well, I think it's just like LP was saying, he was like, Trey can get 40. Trey can average 30 again, but that's not winning basketball.
True.
So I think that's all it was. I'm just looking at these numbers. I'm trying to study them a little bit. Tatum played 16 games, averaging 27 points. Bill has played 18 games, so he hasn't played many more games.
Yeah, true. What's the max? The max games on there is what, 23?
Luka played 23. Luka played 23.
Yeah. Dang, so
Trey
yeah,
played 21.
They missed about what? That's
LeBron played
like
24.
7 games?
LeBron played 24. Yeah, but yeah. 6 games. 6 games, yeah. For Washington. Dang.
Wow, bro.
Looking at this,
Yeah, but
PG
they
is
gonna
top
put
15.
Bill in.
All right. Before we get too into numbers, because I was really studying those. I was having like, I really wanted to see what was going on in the league. But yeah, man, let's close it out. Malik, let the people know where they can find you.
You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at _Malik ATL.
All right, and RashadMilling.com. You can follow me on Twitter at The Real Cheyenne Parker. Until next time, man.
And if they come out clean.